So, I feel like every practice, I feel like every practice is a gratitude practice, like just to be grateful to have the time in your life to devote to yourself is a huge thing. And to have a body that's able to move into the shapes, be able to breathe, all of these things, always a gratitude practice. And then just grateful for beyond that, like even though things are changing quite a bit around the world, not just here, infrastructure and government and groceries, all these things that are rapidly changing and being uncovered, we're seeing all these like cracks in the system maybe are coming up, and food banks all over the world are being tapped more than ever and all of this stuff. So just to cultivate gratitude is where we're going to start today. So we're going to just start by maybe rolling your wrist, guys, and move your fingers, and yay. You can see Lindsay, and just imagine we're all doing this together. Okay, good. And then reach your arms straight up and even hold like you're holding something. Reach up and just take maybe 3 breaths here. We'll do a little bit of like just lifting, lowering, morning. Good. And then reach up. Bring the palms together and descend them right down through the midline. And we're just going to take them right down to the thighs. Bow your chin, rest your hands on your thighs, palms up or palms down, with the chin dropping. And let the hands resting on your thighs invite this grounding. And by that, I mean this connection to the earth, even though we're not sitting outside in the grass, most of us, but just connecting to the stability beneath you. And this reminder that you are held by something bigger. Even, we can call it gravity. And just feeling that, which you sit on. One more breath. And on your next inhalation, friends, as you lengthen tall, feel that the heart is lifting. You're lifting your heart. And as you exhale, join the palms together in front of the heart. They could be separate, they could be tight to each other. Bow your chin. Smile. And just invoke in quiet gratitude. You can name things, you don't have to. It could just be this simple moment of being in community together, sharing practice, breathing, moving, embracing, accepting. At the heart of our practice is this idea of moving with equanimity, not too much attachment and not too much aversion, but just moving through whatever is with gratitude, acceptance, and presence. So into that, friends, we'll open this practice with a nice big inhale, lengthen yourself tall once again, lift your chin, and exhale this breath completely. Beautiful. And we'll chant Om together 3 times. Inhale to begin. Bow your chin for a moment, just be in your silence. Take the thumbs up to the whole length of the thumbs to rest along the center of your forehead. Drop your jaw and rest your head into your hands. Release any shoulder you're holding. And just feel the Thumbs along the center line of your forehead to your third eye space. One more moment here. And then releasing your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and slowly open your eyes, and you might even start to feel a little heavier already. Okay, good. Yeah, give this some love here. Your legs, this, rubbing the knees, all of this stuff is good stuff. And we're going to start on our backs. So something for your head. Bring your strap in. Maybe have a block handy. I don't feel it's going to be used, but if we do some twists and whatever, if you need some support, you have that. And even another blanket could be beside you. If you have your heating pads, guys, then you know it's luxury that we never experience in the yoga studio. I dig it. My dogs dig it, actually. I don't know if you can see P over there living on this heating pad. Is very happy. Okay, once you come to lie down and you're comfortable, I have my socks on too. You know, they're still on, so I don't know what it's like temperature-wise in your place, but make yourself very comfortable. Support your head in a nice way that you feel the chin is a little bit lower than your forehead. And if you're using a blanket, then let it also be underneath the shoulder blades a little bit, or the tops of the shoulders. Just feel a little support there. And good. Let your arms rest as if you're Shavasana state. Knees bent or legs straight. Just receive gravity. Receive the support. And if you have some stuff happening in your life and you just need to remind yourself that you are grounded and supported, even here, all together, we are supporting each other. Good. Okay, and then friends, as you're ready, we're going to start with windshield wipers. So just bending your knees, separate the feet a comfortable distance. Keep your arms where they are. If you want to move them out to the side or over your head, that's your choice. And then just dropping the knees from side to side and in a very nice way. Move with your breath in some way. And then just continue this action. We're just going to add a little bit of all this stuff we've been bringing into our practice lately. So stabilizing your rib cage. And that doesn't mean you don't let the ribs rock, but maybe you draw the bottom tips of your rib cage down a little bit. Not so much that you take on extra tension, but just enough so that you change what's happening just slightly. Good. And let's just take one more on each side. Good. And then bring your knees up, and we'll just rest in basic resting pose. So the feet are wide. They might walk in a little bit. Pigeon toe your feet slightly, drop the knees towards each other. And then just take a few breaths here. Just as you are. Good. Okay, melt yourself into gravity. Nice exhale. And then just start to put your mind into your feet. Feel where your feet are. Start to lift all 10 toes up. Anchor the feet. And as you push the feet down, you might notice the thighs engage a little more. Maybe the knees press together a little more. And then exhale completely. Keep everything as, that action as you inhale. Anchor the feet down. Toes might come down. Start to lift your hips up. And then just go to a place where they lift a little bit. Maybe you can sway the hips side to side, but there might not be a lot of movement. So just smile and be in gratitude for whatever you're doing. And then we'll lower the hips down. And separate the knees apart. Good. Just do a couple windshield wipers. And shake that out. Good. And then we're going to bring the knees back, heel toe your feet. So your heels are in line with your hips. And then just press the No, let me just change that. Just stay here for a moment. We're just going to lift up the soles of the feet, but you're going to keep the heels on the floor. And then just lower the left foot down and then bring it up, and the right foot down and bring it up like you're just tapping. The heels stay down. Soften your jaw, the breath, your eyes. Just do this a few times. Bringing some, you could even tap louder. You know, right now I can hear tapping, pressing down, and letting them just pop up. I can feel this happening in my shins. So just do a few more. Good. And then just let the feet rest. Let every, be in the shape, but soften down. And then bring your knees into your chest. And we'll bring the hands up and just rock the knees in and out, nice and gentle. Yes. Okay, guys. I'm going to bring these knees in and just let the hands, your hands might move down middle of your shins. They might stay at your knees. Let your feet relax. Let the shoulders drop, jaw drop. And then stay here if you're comfortable. If you need your strap, you throw that in. I'm just going to turn my head to the right. Drop the left shoulder a little bit more. And then turn your head very nicely, slowly to the left. Just let the right shoulder be a little heavier. Bring your head to center. Flex your feet. Feel the ribs, belly, maybe press down a little bit, and you feel your tailbone lift a little bit more. And then lift your head up towards your knees. Yeah, so some of you might bring your hands and grab hold of the soles of your feet. Bring your thumbs with them if you've got that. And then exhale and release. Lower your feet to the floor, arms over your head. Stretch your legs out. And just take maybe 3 breaths here. You could extend and soften or just rest. Good. Okay, I'm going to bend the knees again, place the feet on the floor. Maybe you do that at the exact same time. Both feet come down at the same time. Whatever happens here. Good. Bring the knees into your chest. Hands come up and hold them. And now we're going to circle the knees. So I'm going to take my hands right to the kneecaps, palms on kneecaps. And then just start to circle in a very nice, loving way. Good. One direction. Feel you're rolling over the sacrum. And then change direction. Soften any muscles in your face, your eyes, your breath. Good. Go one time in each direction. Good. And then just hug the knees in. And then you can move your hands maybe to the tops of the shins. And we're going to separate the knees apart and just rock them in and out from here. And you can exaggerate it. So as the knees come in, maybe the tailbone lifts and we take like a mini crunch into the abdomen. Good. I'm going to do one more. And then keep the legs where they are, hands on the knees, but just rest here. You can let your feet relax, shoulders relax, jaw relax. Good. Okay, we're going to start to circle the knees, and they're going to go away from each other and then together. So take them out to the sides, away from you, bring them in so they touch and down through the midline. So they're just moving away. And the legs are probably doing most of this work. The hands are just there. So the shoulders get a little massagey. Maybe you can even accentuate the shoulder roll action that's happening here. And the next time the knees come into your chest, then just reverse. So they're together and away, out to the sides and into your chest, back together. Away, sides to your chest. Just do this in a very nice way. Feel your hips, your breath. Let's do one more. Good. And then we're going to rest with the knees out to the sides and in like a half happy baby. So the heels are still drawing down, just resting towards your hips. Draw the shoulders down. One more breath. Okay, let's let the legs rest. So set the feet on the floor and then either basic resting pose or stretch your legs out, whatever you like. Could be a windshield wiper. If your legs are stretched straight, maybe just turn the toes in and out a few times just to rotate the hips and right there in their sockets. Or a windshield wiper. Or nothing. One more breath and your repose. Then I'm going to bring the knees back in, right into the chest. This time, I'm going to drop the arms down by the sides, and we're going to circle the knees nice and wide. So the arms can go out, maybe 30 degrees away from the body, palms up or palms down. Start by dropping your shoulders, friends. Your jaw. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Good. And then hopefully your knees can stay together. If not, that's fine. Start to circle these knees, and it's a nice big circling. And I still have the knees bent. It might roll around on your mat. That's what it's all about. Good. And then we'll circle the opposite direction a few times. Where you're getting a little bit of maybe some back release, back cracking. Good. Okay, one time in each direction. Good. And then hug the knees in for a moment. I'm going to curl up. So inhale, as you exhale, drop the belly, ribs, and then inhale, curl. And I'm going to take my hands, grab hold of the baby toe edge of the feet, if that's there for you. Maybe we straighten the legs. That doesn't have to happen though. And they could stay bent. Good. I'm going to rebend the legs, straightened. Lower your head and your chest, and then come to your rest or your repose, whatever it is you need. Okay, as you rest, I'm just going to tell you two things I've noticed about Zoom classes that are great. And for myself, when I'm in class too, is that there's a little bit more freedom to do what you feel you need to do. When you're in a class with a practice and you're trying to stay with the teacher, which is great, beautiful. But here, I'm offering you this space now to just move in a way or rest in a way that feels good. Good. Inhale and exhale. Bring your knees back in. Hug them in and out a few times. Any way you like, with your hands or no hands. Okay, I'm going to egg beat. So I'm going to bring the arms back down so they rest, palms up or palms down. And then just start to find this little egg beater action on your own, moving in whichever direction you started. Notice if you're using your feet, then you can add them in. So the knees are getting a nice rotation, maybe your ankles, the hips. Okay, I say for myself, I notice, I always kind of turn my head one side. So if you're doing that, bring your head to center and reverse this egg beat. An egg beat in the opposite direction. Maybe you can feel the sacrum, the hips that you're resting on, moving as well. Add your feet, add your ankles, add your smile, add your breath. Good. And then we'll end with the knees into the chest. Good. Lower your feet to the floor and take a few moments for yourself. Maybe the hands want to rest on your tummy this time. So that could be resting. I'll say all of that again. Basic resting pose, knees together, feet wide, legs stretched out, windshield wiper, move your toes, whatever you need to do. Okay, let's find our strap. So I'm sure your hips, even your tummy muscles, maybe you're like, okay, fire activated. So let's start with the strap on the right foot. Okay guys, sorry, I made a loop. We have a big loop, a big one. So I know some of you have like those really long straps. That's awesome. You're going to see how long you want it. So let's say if you can get the right leg up, and then the leg is over the hip if you can get it there, but you have the strap and make it as long as you want. I'm going to put my wrists inside the strap, palms together. And then that way I can let the shoulders get a little massagey here. So I'll just hang out here for a moment, give you a moment to get your strap settled. So if it's, you can adjust the size. whatever you need. Okay, and then we're just going to rest here with the arms lifted, let the shoulders drop. Adjust your head in a way you need to. And just let the pose unfold slowly. Let the leg kind of start to open. And then once you're settled and you feel, okay, I'm ready, then I'm just going to move the arms over the head, wherever the leg's going to go. And then the leg is going to bring the arms towards the floor, wherever they're going to go. You're going to use whatever you need. So this can be very slow. If bringing the hands together inside the strap, you prefer to just hold the strap and do your action that way, that's fine too. Move with your breath. So just going in a nice little seesaw. Okay, the left leg can be bent as well, but it is resting. Good. Okay. Once you have kind of got there, you've done this a few times, and we're going to hang out with the arms over your head so you get the most stretch in the leg. And if your leg is bent, that might be like even better for you. If I bend the leg, the arms go over a little more, the thigh comes a little closer to my tummy. It's two different actions. You can see, oh, what does one give me? What does the other give me? Straight leg, bent leg. Good. Soften through your jaw. One more breath. Good. Okay, then you're going to release about 20% of whatever it is you're doing. And we're going to start I'm going to keep the hands inside the strap. I'm going to drop the leg towards the right, but the arms are just going to kind of support that. So they're not dropping to the right, they're staying up. And then bring your leg over to the left, and the arms are just going to support that. So they're not dropping to the left, maybe they're turning more to the right. So you're just taking the leg to the right, arms to the left a little bit, just feel for yourself. Do this a few times. Good. Okay. Good. All right, now I'm just going to move the leg side to side, and the arms are just going to go along for the ride. So maybe your elbows are going to bend. Just do that, and then find a little bit of a way to go circular, like the leg is circulating, and the arms are just supporting this action, also just going along for the ride. The leg is making these nice circles straight. And maybe you even combine that first action we did where the leg was just moving forward and back so you can feel the arms moving. Just be explorative. Whatever's happening, it's good action. Okay, maybe you can make your circle a little bigger in some way. All right, let's do one more, and then we need to change direction. Circle the opposite direction a few times. So you're just finding your dance. Okay, whatever works. Just be in the movement. The luxury, the gratitude, just to have this time to explore. And then come back to that first position of the leg lifted, arms, wherever they go. Breathe and be. Soften anywhere you can. Okay, I'm going to bring the leg back. I'm going to take the arms out. I'm going to hold onto the strap with the right hand. The left hand can rest on the left thigh or out to the side. And we're just going to rock this right leg side to side. Okay, before we do that, your left leg can be straight. You can also just bend it. That's going to give you a little bit more hip. So inhale. And then exhale to start by taking this leg out to the right. And then inhale it up and all the way over to the left. And the right arm is going for the ride. You're going to roll right over onto your left side. And then up as you inhale and out. Okay, if you need to put a little bend in your right leg to kind of help the hip, do what you need to do. Find this little bit of rocking. Okay, let the body move in whatever way it likes. So as you take the leg out to the right, if the left side lifts, that is okay too. Good. And do one more. Good. And then the next time the leg comes over to the left side, change hands. Put the left hand So it holds the strap. Open the right arm out to the side. Turn your head if that's comfortable. The left leg again, bent or straight. Okay, I'm going to start to, as I inhale, I'm going to pull this right leg up a little bit higher if it's there. And as I exhale, I'm going to let it drop all the way down. Let the strap slide through the left hand. And then move your leg over to the right, but the left hand still holds it. Like a little pendulum almost. We're going to let it just move. And the left arm is going to drive. So you have that nice long strap. You can put your hand in the loop if you like, or you just be here. So just let it, whatever's happening is good work. Good. Okay, let's do one more. This little dance. And the next time the leg comes up, you just come onto your back with the right leg up. You're gonna bend the left leg. I'm gonna take both hands, either end of this strap. Okay, good. And then we're gonna lift our head and chest. So inhale, and exhale, press ribs, belly, lift your head. Pull this leg towards you. If you can grab hold of your foot, you release the strap. You take the left leg out if you want a little more, keep it bent. One more moment here. And then release and lower. And we come back to our rest. And this time we really want to feel, what did we do? What was released? Breathe and be. Breathe and be. Good. Okay. So find your strap. Let's go through all that again with the left leg. So left foot on strap, and then the hands come inside. So maybe the wrists are at the strap and the palms can come together. But if that is too much for you, you know, just hold on to your strap, whatever you need. Just gonna be here in the upright position of the leg, upright position of the arms. You start to settle your ribs, your jaw, your shoulders. Just be here. Let the right leg rest, even if it's bent. And then when you feel ready, you're just going to start this little bit of awakening movement. So the left leg's moving away, and then it comes in. And the arms are, you know, doing what they need to do to make this happen, and the legs are doing what they need to do, but no one's working that hard to make this action happen. Be with your breath and quiet gratitude. It's time of connecting, grounding, breathing and being. Good. Notice any tension in your jaw, friends, any tension in the third eye. Just let all of that go. Okay. Good. Again, you know, if you need to bend your knee, do that. Okay, I'm going to come to that place of where the arms are over the head, and I'm just finding the most stretch in the leg. I'm going to add the foot a little bit here. Just find what you can, play with what your own experience, what your body needs, what feels good. Good. Softening any place you can. One more breath. And we're going to bring the leg back up to the 90 degrees if it's there. And we're going to start to move. Let's take the leg out to the left, but the arms are going to move to the right a little bit. And then the leg moves to the right, arms to the left. And just going to move a little bit here again. You might bend your elbows. Just be in this side to side, whatever this is bringing for you. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to bring the leg to the left, arms to the left, and move everything over to the right. So now you're just finding this little dance for yourself, a little bit of side to side, and said this on the other side. The leg is probably doing most of the work. And we're getting lots of benefit just having the arms over the head here, leg. Good. Okay. Now we're going to start to find a little bit of a circling in this. So whatever works for you, a little bit of a circling of this leg with the arms also be a part of it. Good. Okay. One more circle, and then we're just going to reverse the direction. Find this circling opposite side. Arms supporting and also getting a little ride. Good. Okay. And then we'll bring the leg over to the right. And then all the way up into the left. Good. All the way over. So you're just moving side to side. The next time this leg comes over to the left, let's release the hands. Let the left hand hold the strap. Right arm out to the side. And we're going to go all the way over to the right. All the way opening to the left. In whatever way here like we do. Just breathing and being. One more. And the next time this leg comes over to the right, let the right arm catch the strap. Left arm can open. Be here. And just moving this leg a little bit up and down with the hands helping. Soften through the jaw. Okay, and then we're going to move side to side again. Let the right arm now hold the strap as this leg moves, creating a little arc over you. Let this, so let's say the next time the leg comes out to the left, then you're going to draw it down, use the strap, start to create this little arc. So it moves down and over to the left in whatever way. Take your time. To kind of find out, oh, I need to bring my hand down the strap more. Good. And we're going to find this circling of the leg. So the right hand is holding your strap. It's helping to circle your leg nice and big. Breathe. Reverse this circling in the opposite direction. A few times. Find your dance. Let that arm move in whatever way it needs to support this. Release the jaw, the eyes. Okay, and then bring your leg back up, or like just leg up. Take your hands, find the sides of the strap. Be here for a moment. And add a little flexion to your foot if you want a little more of something. Good. And then inhale. Exhale, release shoulders, belly, ribs. Inhale, lift your head and chest and bring this leg in wherever it's going to go. I'm just taking my strap off because I can hold the foot. It doesn't matter. One more breath. And then release the leg. Lower it all the way down. Breathe. Okay, just going to move the strap out of the way, hug the knees in last time, and I'm going to rock them in and out, and I'm going to accentuate it a little bit. So you could keep your hands there. You could bring your hands to the floor. I'm lifting up the tail like a little crunch into the lower abdomen, and I'm going to straighten the legs. And then do a little bit of this. So my legs are up in the air, and it's almost like I'm just pushing the feet up to the ceiling. Doing this little crunch, the tailbone lifts. You do that 2 more times. Let your shoulders rest. Whichever one works for you is fine. And now I'm going to start to, okay, maybe just come to center. You're either holding your knees or your legs are up. I'm going to take these feet right over my head. Okay, the hands are going to help to lift the tail. And then we'll just come back. So a little pendulum. If this works for you, great. Okay. If not, just keep hugging the knees in. You just lift and lower your tail, or you just rest. It's all fine. We'll do one more. And then we'll bring the knees back in if you have the legs straight. Lower your feet to the floor. And then take your few moments of resting in whatever you need. Windshield wiper, yeah, if you need, that's it. Oh, awesome. You know, I say awesome, and I look, I don't see many of you, but When I see you doing a little bit of your own thing or whatever, I love that. That just means you're feeling it. Good. Okay. So from here, well, let's bring the knees into the chest. We are going to come up, but let's do it this way. Knees into your chest. Place the feet on the floor. Arms out to the side. Heel toe your feet right together, knees together. Drop these knees over to the left. So it's not really a twist. This is more IT band. So you might be feeling this in your hip or tush. Take a big breath in and out. Lift your knees up, feet on the floor, right together. Exhale, knees to the right. Okay, roll yourself to your right side. And then press yourself up. Take a moment if you're dizzy. Just take a moment. And okay, while you do that, I'm just going to set up for our next pose. So move everything off my mat and take one block. And if you don't have a block, roll a towel or some pillows. And it's just going to be to support the bolster. And then I'll take my blanket and I'm going to drape it so it's over the edge of the bolster here. Okay, then for your head, you might want a block or another blanket. So just have that stuff there. Okay, heating pad. Very important yoga prop. And I'm just going to put that there. And then what we're going to do is take a supported sphinx. So let's see, I might move up a little bit just so my feet aren't against the wall. And then I'm going to lie down. Low belly is going to be on this bolster, and your hip bones might be dropping off and they might be on the bolster. So it's not a super complicated position. You're just going to find a way that you feel comfortable. So like I said, my hip bones are kind of dropping off. My low belly resting, chest resting. And then forearms might be on the floor. Your legs might go wider apart. I like to tuck the little toes under, press through the heels. Yes, girl. And then put them back down. And then once you're here, if you want to support your head, depending on what, I might tuck the chin, rest the forehead. You might rest your chin. You might turn your head to one side. So block, blanket, whatever you like, or nothing's fine too. Let's find a way to rest in. Okay, so it's dropping. Once you're in it, you feel some tightness in your back. See if you can make little micro movements, maybe pulling the hip bones up or to just lengthen your low back or rock your hips to see if you can release it without coming out. And we're just going to rest here for a few moments. So we're just changing our flow of gravity. I have my head lifted just so the sound is not affected, but you're resting. Shoulders are resting, jaw resting, hips resting, belly. And just allow your, it looks like the tailbone can be heavier. Imagine you have this like huge tail. You're not pressing down, you're just allowing everything to just settle into gravity. Gratitude. The simple act of being held and supported. Okay, so we're just going to stay exactly as you are. You might rock your hips a little bit side to side, just to kind of bring yourself to a little bit of movement here. And then I'm just going to bend the knees and bring the legs into like almost like child's pose, so the feet are together. You might widen your knees apart. If that's too much for your thighs, then don't do that and just keep your legs stretched out. And then again, drop into this restful sphinx. So just notice any place you're holding, probably protecting yourself a little bit in the lower midriff area, belly, low back, sides of the waist. I'll even softening the chest. I felt that in my own body. Okay, so if you're very comfortable and things are good, stay. I'm just going to plant the hands and straighten the arms so the chest lifts a little bit. And then we get a little bit more anchoring through the thighs, just naturally. Yeah, guys. And then you can stay here, but if you can go a little bit more, maybe you walk the hands back and get a little bit more lift. I'm going to just press the shoulders in towards the hands. And whatever works. So you're just in this supported place, softening and breathing, letting the shape of the pose embody what's happening inside. Pulling my chin in a little bit. Breathe. With the thighs, the tush, whatever you can soften. Let it happen. Okay, just before we come out, if you're lifted, really anchor right into your hands. See if you can lift yourself a little bit more. Maybe walk the hands back a little more. And then exhale and completely relax on the bolster in whatever feels good. Maybe the head turns, rest your forehead, your chin. Just really be heavy. With your breath and your quiet gaze. Melt your heart behind your heart. Okay. Nice. All right, from here, guys, I'm just going to tuck my little toes under. Take the hands back. We're just going to press up. Hands and knees, and then we're going to move to child's pose. And you could just walk your knees up either side of this bolster. If you like to use a bolster for child's pose, we'll pull it right in, lie down. You might take that block and bring it down more to the middle of the bolster. It gives you more support. Use your hands or your blanket if you need to put something between your hips and your heels. You take the time to support yourself here, and then we're going to turn the head to the left and do nothing but rest. Yeah, build your house. Build your house. So we did this shape so many times already, kind of. And you're just going to rest here, feel your breath. And start to invite this breath to nourish the lower midriff part of you. And that is everything from the bottom of the ribs to the seat of your soul, the end of your spine. So just receive your breath into this whole area. And soften. Let the bolster support you. If it isn't, then just, with your eyes closed still, or just open them a little, you'll just sit up, put another blanket there, come back. Okay, and then just inhale, lift your head and turn it to the right. And again, drop in, adjust what you need to, rest. With this idea of cultivating, reminding yourself of all that you have supporting you. People in your life that you love. The money in your bank. The food in your fridge. The heat in your house. Maybe if you're someplace warm, maybe the cooling in your house. Whatever it is. The clothes that you wear. City that you are in. So fill yourself up with all of that, right, in the lower container. Okay, so I'm going to come out of this into a downward dog, and I'm going to rest my head on the bolster. That might not happen, so don't even worry about it. And so you just place your hands. I know I did say socks, and if you're wearing socks and downward dog doesn't work, And, you just can sit for a moment or whatever you need to do. Just find a little bit of a stretch in your legs. Just feel this part that we've been opening, low back, hips, belly, low belly. Is now the lifted part of you. And find equal weight in your hands and your feet, softening through your head. You need to be your best downward dog. You need to be anything more than what it is right now. One more moment here. Descend through your head, your senses, your hands, the soles of your feet. And then release and come down. And I'm just going to turn. We're just going to turn ourselves. We're going to lie over this supported bolster. Okay. So prepare, guys, as you come to lie down. We are going to move also into a supported Badakanasana. If you happen to have 2 dog beds beside you, those were great. But if you don't, then take your 2 blankets or your extra block, whatever you have, just to support the knees and the thighs. But let's start with the legs stretched straight. And so you just take your tush right behind the bolster, and we're going to lie back over it and adjust. I still have this blanket on here, so it's so great for my head. I'm just going to take it out. Okay, if you need support for your head, you use your blanket, just fold it, put it there. I think I'm just going to bring mine to the other side. You could also use a block behind your head. You might like that. Like, that might feel really nice. Hi, Pete. Okay. And then just be here. So I have these blankets beside me. I'm just going to rest my hands and my forearms there. Let the shoulders drop. And let's just take 2 more breaths. And just settling in. Okay. All right, I'm going to reach the arms over the head. So palms are facing each other. I'm just reaching. Stretch through your fingers. You can add your legs if you like. And then let's just open our wings. So I'm just going to fly these arms, this little lift all the way down. My palms are going to face up, and then they'll face each other as they come over the head. And just do this a few times. Just if your arms want to cross, you want to make it a little softer, a little bit more of a dance, and go ahead and do that. Or just keep that strength in your hands and just do this a few times. Okay, last one. End with the arms over the head if that's okay for your shoulders. Flutter your fingers and then bring the hands down, and we're going to move into Badakanasana. So add your little supports that you place there, soles of the feet together. And these blankets will come right up to the inner thighs, hip crease, if that works. You might move them out more to your knees. Your feet can be in close to towards your hips, or they can be further away. And adjust anything you need to adjust. And then we'll rest the arms in a way that feels restful for you. So maybe a little bit lower. They could be on your hand, on your body somewhere if you like. And then just allow this shape. We've done all this work, guys. And now this is our repose. We're just going to allow the breath, the blood, the fluid to bathe all these places that have been opened. So your work here is in the undoing. The undo. Where am I still holding? In any place I feel pain, discomfort, how can I invite in comfort? How can I be in this place of gratitude? Gratitude is an attitude. The blessings are your lessons. We've all been in these places where you get really bogged down and heavy. Depression, grief, all of these things are real emotions. And the work is in letting these things move through with equanimity and realizing they're all just parts of life, the hard times and the harder things that teach us the most. And if life was easy, we would never change. We wouldn't grow. So even cultivating gratitude for the hard things, the times that you've gone through that taught you the most. To be more compassionate, more present. And just breathing through all of that. Softening into your hips. Let's take one more breath here. Feel everything descend. I'm not going to change it too much. Just going to come back to windshield wiper. So you'll lift your knees, heel toe your feet, move your props out of the way, adjust your sacrum. You need to stay on your bolster. So we've changed this position to gravity. And just rocking side to side. Let your feet be as wide as they need. Let the heels move as they need to. Hip and heel connection. I'm just going to take this block out from behind my head because the moving is helping it. Okay. And then just drop the knees to the right. Allow the left knees probably not coming to the floor. Take 2 breaths. And this descent, whatever you're feeling, whatever the stretch is, whatever the opening is. And then you'll just move the knees over to the left and we'll just take 2 breaths, same thing. You've got that blanket there to support. You need it. Good. From here, guys, you're just going to roll over to the left side and press yourself up. Sit for a moment if you need to, if you feel a little dizzy. Good. Okay. And then we're just going to set up for Shavasana. If you want to do legs up the wall, that's what I'm going to do because that's just good. Would feel really nice for me right now. And you could be far away from the wall. You can be close to the wall. And you could just be lying down. Make it a place where you're like, okay, here's where I'm going to take all of this rest that we have practiced and just bring it in. So make it a very nice, comfortable place for you to reset. So whatever you have going on in your day, you're going to enter it into from a very soft, quiet, and grateful place. Where you are, whether that's in your home or wherever you are, the people you're with, the people you love, people you're going to FaceTime with. Just inviting in this moment of gratitude for this community, that we show up for each other. We're here, we do the work, and we enter in whatever it is. Use your strap if you like, cover yourself up. Begin with the breath. Cover my eyes. So, sacred rest, the sacred gift of doing nothing, just letting the body receive this moment of consciously letting go. Different than sleeping, different than lying on the couch and watching Netflix or reading a book. Nothing to do, no one to be, nowhere to be, just be. Shavasana. Surrendering to gravity, to your props, deeply resting within your structure, in your body, safe and warm and held, supported by all that you are. A simple act in the flow of your breath and breathing. Not a resting heartbeat. Supported, the heaviness of you. And by that which you rest into. The tree deeply rooted into the earth. And imagining or feeling yourself growing roots from every part of you touching the earth. Anchoring yourself into the stability, to gravity, into nature. This gentle reminder to trust. That you are whole and you are holy. As you worship yourself here in this rest. Your legs up the wall and you're happy, feel free to stay. Maybe bend your knees and shuffle yourself backwards to just lie straight out for a few moments. Stay. It's beginning to deepen your breath if now is time for you to come out. But if you're just ascending and you're like, oh, I just want 5 more minutes, then offer that to yourself. Just stay as you are. Just start to invite gentle movement into my fingers and toes and ankles and wrists. And lengthening yourself nice and tall and long. Whenever you're ready, I'll bend your knees. And stay there or hug your knees into your chest. And rolling to your side and rest there for 3 or 4 breaths. 10 breaths, however long. This luxury of time. And if you're coming upright, that's great. If not, that's great. Just take a few moments to just be in your wellness, your healing, your presence, your offerings, all of these things that we practice every time we get on the mat. How can I nurture and nourish myself as deeply as I can? Feeling, cultivating, reminding all parts of ourselves, great gratitude for this time, this body, this life. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bring your hands towards your heart and bow your chin, just to be in that space of gratitude. of feeling into your blessings, reminding yourself who you are, where you came from, where your people came from, how they got here. And even that reminder that if your ancestors, your grandparents, your great-grandparents would just be so enamored and happy and so grateful for you, for where you are, for what their efforts have done and brought you here. That you are here even is a miracle. And so into that, friends, we'll inhale and grow tall. Exhale this breath. Let's join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra in one own inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And seal that. Inhale. Take a nice big inhale. Breathe all of those blessings, gratitude into your palms. Catch that breath, bow your chin. It's a great reminder. And then as you inhale, lift your chin, open your eyes, and offer this hello to yourself. And we'll send it out. We send it out. Good. And then we bring it in. Yeah. So much love, guys. Thank you for being here and for sharing this practice. And may you be nourished for the rest of your day. So much love. Namaste, friends. Namaste, friends. Okay. Funny, it's like I come out of Shavasana and like, oh, you're still here. No, I'm here the whole time. Anyway. All right, guys. Nice to see your faces and so much love, guys. Enjoy this day. See you later.